She runs a small business. And them, well, they're the real people from Bionic. Their experts help compare broadband, energy, and insurance, supporting everyone from beauticians to kebab shop owners. Bionic, the comparison site for your small business.
Of suspected vote buying. Right. So, back to the studio now. Yellow fever is a serious viral disease transmitted by infected mosquitoes.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's edition of our face-to-face program. We are going to be bringing you more updates on the Edo State governorship election happening right now. There has been some incidents of thuggery, and both from the APC and the PDP camp. That's we're going to be showing some of those videos as we receive them from the people on the ground. And we hope, honestly, that the election will be free and fair today. And there's not going to be too much violence. And at the end, the will of Edo people will prevail. That's what we hope for today. And we hope the federal government, the APC-led federal government, are not going to also intervene to try to ring the election in their own party's favor. Because all we want is for a free, fair, credible election, whereby the Edo resident will be able to determine who's going to govern them for the next 4 years. That's what we hope for. So stay tuned as we continue to bring you up-to-date information.
Hello investors, I'm super excited to welcome you to Emperor's Garden and Apartments. Come along with me, let me show you what we have here.
Gaftes Consorts Limited presents Emperor Gardens and Apartment Phase 1 Mowe Ibafu, 10 million naira per plot. Emperor Garden and Apartment Phase 2 Mowe Ibafu, 1.5 million naira per plot. Buy for 1.2 million per plot at promo price using the promo code Emperor Garden and Apartment Phase 2 Mowe Ibafu. A strategically located in a developed residential area where industrial and commercial activities are at top gear. Details of the estate and apartment features and landmarks include underground electricity, smooth road network, interlock, outstanding electricity and drainage, gardens and recreation center, constant electricity and street light, perimeter fencing and gated environment. Apartment features are advanced security system, central water system, central sewage, advanced lighting network, POPN walls, recreation center, sports center, located at Mowe Ibafu with registered survey and C of O in view. Actual price is 1.5 million naira per plot. Buy an acre, that is 6 plots, for 7.2 million naira instead of 9 million naira. Size is 500 square meters with a topography of 100% dry land. Other areas are Emmanuel Crest View, 1.2 million naira per plot with 500 square meters size. Buy an acre of 6 plots for 5.4 million naira at 900,000 naira per plot instead of 7.2 million naira. Emmanuel Crestview is in the neighborhood of International Brewery, Olam Oil, Nestle PLC, Redemption Camp. Call or WhatsApp on +234 805 222 1392. Use the promo code to get the deal. A&N 2024.
Contact any of our realtors today and you'll thank me later.
Yes, who got them, there's no man contest.
Going on. The people you can see in the green khaki are the INEC ad hoc officials. They're not staff of INEC, but they are being paid to do this job. They're on national compulsory 1-year service to the nation, and this is perhaps part of their service to the nation. They're being given token something to go home with as an appreciation for their job. But of course, they are here today. They are expectedly, they're supposed to have been trained. That's what we understand. INEC should have trained this personnel. That is the standard. No one can be deployed to the actual election field without properly being trained by INEC in the procedures of how elections can be conducted. And you can see the collapsible tables and chairs and the election paraphernalia. You can see, of course, this is a rack center right here, and it's going to serve as one of the collation center in this area. This is Agbado School, right there in Akpakpava area of Benin City. Is in Oredo local government area, and you can imagine the kind of population of voters that will come here. Give it the next 1 hour, and this place will be a lot more activated and populated than you do know. And you can see, of course, the different polling units that is going to be stationed right here, right in my background, and of course, preparation for the possibility of rain, and they put a tent there. But of course, you can see how they're moving around to get the materials ready. But in all of this, right, all of this, we go back and forth, looking at the records that they have, and those who will go to which of the polling unit. Usually, there is a calculation of the distance from a rack center, especially when you have a collation or a rack center that's not too, the polling units are not supposed to be too far away from here, and you will have a coordinator from INEC who's supposed to coordinate this. But so far, what we're looking at is that the buses are here to convey them, but in another few minutes, we should see them really getting out of here, Jide.
Yeah, we do hope. Thanks for that observation. The art, obviously, is a rack center, but initially we thought it's a polling unit or set of polling units. But with the buses we are seeing over there, I think it's a rack center, so they have to move from this point to where they will officially perform their civic responsibility. And over the years, I think we need to commend the members of the Nigerian Youth Service Corps. Prior to the coming on board of Professor Atahiru Jega, reason why we will testify to that. It used to be that civil servants are majorly used to conduct elections, teachers and civil servants. But Professor Atahiru Jega changed all of that and decided to he brought in academics to be part of the electoral process so that they are not just anti-critics. So I think under Professor Maurice Wu, it was an hybrid thing. A percentage of youth service were brought in. But from the time of Professor Atahiru Jega, way back in 2010, and we are talking about 14 years now, the NYC already has a standing memorandum of understanding with INEC to provide the largest chunk of poll officials. And what we are seeing today, and I do hope that INEC is giving certificates of appreciation to these youth corps members. It's not easy to be part of this process. No matter the stipend that you are given, it cannot compensate. We've seen situations in the past where lives are lost, where people suffer injury for being part of the electoral process. But we hope nobody will die in this election. No one will be injured as a result of conducting this poll. And we are just hoping that the entire value chain of ad hoc staff, starting with these youth corps members, and then the academics who takes on the collation, and then the returning officers who will make the final declaration. In fact, vice chancellors of universities, professors, and academic juggernauts across our universities are already part of. So if anybody is finger pointing about whether we are making progress in our election or not, look into the mirror. You have an opportunity to be part of that process. If professors, vice chancellors of universities, professors, doctors, youth corps members, if they are all mobilized to be part of conducting election as volunteers, they are volunteers. But we need to make it abundantly clear that between the time they were trained and deployed and conduct this election, they are technically staff of INEC. And that's why,
because they're under contract.
Exactly,
There is
they're
a
under
contract,
contract. There is a contractual obligation.
And in fact, there is also an oath that every ad hoc official is supposed to swear to in this process. So you are under a contract that you are going to do this and you're going to deliver on certain terms.
So you have to, and the few bad eggs who sell out to politicians, I think we should not use those few elements to characterize the good job majority of these young guys are doing in helping to nurture our democracy. It's not very easy. The reason why civil servants and teachers were jettisoning was because, take for instance, elections in which an incumbent is a contestant, and you are going to be the one to conduct that election.
And perhaps they have not paid the teachers.
You can manipulate the process. But at least for these young ones, they are paid by the federal government. They are not beholden to the state government. They are not beholden to any political party. And that's the wisdom. And I think we are making steady progress. In my own estimation, we are making steady progress. Yes, it's not a flawless process yet. We hope we will up the ante. In my column in the Punch last Wednesday, I was actually saying some of those flaws, very minor flaws, not too significant, that we saw in Kogi, Bayelsa, and Imo. We do not want to see them here. Well, I don't want to hear any pre-filled result sheets. I don't want to hear uploading of results that are not in compliance with the provision or what is in the beavers. Yeah. So I just hope we need to highlight that while we commend them, those few bad eggs should have a rethink and do the right thing in Edo.
Yes, citizens have a role to play. Kogi that Jide keeps referring to, it was citizens that exposed the pre-filled result sheets. You will always, Jide, have unscrupulous officials who hawk all kinds of solutions to politicians. But if there is vigilance, especially citizens' vigilance, some of those things will not happen. Why do you want to go and pre-fill result sheets? It was the citizens that said, open, let us see the results, let us see what you are bringing. Because the truth of the matter is that before you open the polls, you are supposed to show. And that's why we talk about punctuality in opening of polls, so that the official has all the time to go through the rituals. What are those rituals? You bring the ballots and show to the voters that I brought this number of ballots, then you keep it. I brought this number of results. But when we create a situation of emergency, then discretion plays. And anywhere you have discretion, corruption is rife. So when we pressure that we want polls to be opened on time, what we are trying to do is to take away discretionary powers of the officials so that they can follow the rules. And when you follow the rules, it's likely. So politicians understand that. That is why they intervene in engaging the vendors. They compromise the vendors not to come out on time, whether marine vendors or the land vendors. If they don't come out on time, the consequence of it, the huge consequence of it, is discretion. The officials can now say, oh, we have lost time, there is no need to show anybody anything, and then you just go on. But more critically is the fact that INEC has a responsibility to learn lessons. Because the whole idea of election observation, the whole idea of what Channels TV and others keep doing every time is not a show. We are not doing show. It's not a razzmatazz. It is for lessons to be learned. As you show this polling unit, the officials are watching to be sure that the different indexes that they are supposed to follow are ticked. And if you've done this for decades and you can't get to a point where we have at least 70-80% optimal performance, then there's a challenge with that. The security agencies have responsibility to also understand that they've been doing this over and over and that there are lessons to be learned. Each election must provide an opportunity for progress. Each election must provide opportunity for things that do not diminish us as a people. The international community, everyone, the whole of Nigeria is glued on television this morning watching Edo people. And that for me is important in determining what happens today.
All right, we're still monitoring for you and covering for you every detail of what is happening right here in Edo State. We are in the Agbado School in Akpapava area of Benin City, in Oredo local government, exactly, one of the biggest in terms of the voting population. We'll go on a break, everyone. But when we return, we still have our eyes close to what is happening on the ground for you, a coverage that you cannot blink on. The Edo State Governorship Election 2024. We'll be right back, everyone. Stay with us.
When you think of Nigeria, do you see the potential for greatness? Then you might be exactly who we're looking for. We're seeking young founders, visionaries, and change makers in the business of doing good. Do you run an innovative startup that takes on one or more of Nigeria's social challenges? If you want to win a 30 million naira grant, expert mentorship, and access to an exclusive network of influential business leaders, your journey begins here. Apply now to be a contestant on the second season of our thrilling social enterprise competition show, Fund It Forward. Apply now at www.funditforward.tv. Fund It Forward, a channel's original series. Coming soon.
Hello, and a warm welcome to our house. I'm Melinda. Coming up on today's episode of the program. Life is a stage. A bold canvas. Splash some paint on it. String some rhymes while at it. Then enjoy it on our house. You see life in beautiful curves, crafts, colors, and most exciting forms. Join us as we savor intriguing sights and sounds. At these times, Art House, life is art.
Edo State Governorship Election 2024 is here. The spotlight falls on the heartbeat of the nation as the election day draws closer. 18 candidates jostle for affirmation of over 2.6 million voters in the 192 wards of 18 local government areas in the 3 senatorial districts of the state. As the 4,519 polling units in the state come alive, eyes on one seat. And Channels Television is your guide, combing all the nooks and corners of the state for the stories you need to know, that the will of the people may prevail. We are indeed ubiquitous. Follow us to get updates on the web, socials, and on TV. Edo Election 2024, live on Channels Television.
The Edo State Governorship election is one of the off-cycle polls scheduled for this year. As part of election monitoring efforts, the civil society organization Impact Development Initiative, KDI, has opened its Situation Room in Benin City.
Of COVID-19. But we are
representatives from the European Union Election Observer Team, other civil society organizations, and members of the media are here to get first-hand information about how the progress of the election can be tracked.
One of the things we have to look at, and we have raised with INEC, and we are also raising with you, because this briefing is also to assist us as you go to engage in this election, is how prepared are we for this? You understand? In terms of protection of election materials, in terms of protection of even the security agencies, in terms of canopy in some places that are not under the shade, then the possibility, if it rains heavily, the possibility of late commencement or the possibility of election moving deep into the night. So these are a lot of possibility here, but how prepared we are for this. And then again, if this goes the other way, these 2 hours can be constant, and it can also mean there is also a possibility, if this is too much, there is also a possibility of, okay, we may have to shift this election to the next day.
Now, despite predictions of possible rainfall, the Independent National Electoral Commission has assured the public of its readiness to conduct the poll. However, there are growing concerns about unidentified individuals seen lurking around some local government offices of the Commission. Now, away from there, but in a related security development, the Inspector General of Police has announced the restriction of movement across the state. He also banned all security aides and escorts from accompanying VIPs to polling units and collation centers. This message was conveyed by the Force's Public Relations Officer.
To ensure a peaceful, transparent, and credible electoral process during the upcoming Edo off-cycle election scheduled for Saturday, September 21, 2024. In preparation for the election, the Inspector General of Police has ordered the restriction of all vehicular movement on roads, waterways, and other forms of transportation from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on election day. That is tomorrow, Saturday, 25 September 2024.
Call it a last-minute rush, and you may not be wrong. As the people of Edo gear up for this all-important election, the streets are busy, sirens blaring, and of course, the key stakeholders are promising that everything is under control.
The energy here in Benin, the royal city, appears to be positive, and that is palpable even among the residents who share their hopes and expectations ahead of the poll.
As you can see, I'm just passing now. I'm going to Ipaku village, that's your local government, where I'm already.
It's for the next governor to continue from where this president was stopped. Like a good road, electricity, and good education. That's what we just need.
The 2024 Edo State governorship election will see 17 political parties contesting, with 16 male candidates and 1 female candidate, all vying for the governorship seat for the next 4 years. Gary Ido, Channels Television News.
Stay connected to the world with Channels TV Podcast and get all the trending stories. Simply log on to channelstv.com, click on podcast, select the program of your choice, and listen. Our podcast is available on Apple, Google, and Spotify. Tap the expertise you trust. Touch the stories that touch you. Anytime, anywhere.
Around 5:30 or so, I went to Orode, and the whole place, I can't understand. But security is there. They are not touching anybody. They are not beating anybody. But what I was told last night was that they want to make sure that they are securing their properties. I can't understand. That they don't want anybody to tamper with it. But we have security there. They're still there. I want to tell you, I want to actually promise you, I am in charge of Edo. And I want to do the right thing. Even though I'm not everywhere, I want to do the right thing in Edo. And I think that we will conduct this election free, fair, and credible.
Operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission are in this town. I held a meeting with them. These operatives of EFCC will be working with us to ensure we deal a big blow on vote buyers. We have intelligence that some people in Benin have actually printed fake tags for fake election observers and monitors. We're working on that, and I will be using this opportunity to warn persons who are involved in this plot that their cover has already been blown. Your cover has already been blown. The best thing for you to do is to stop at this point in time. If you have also made fake uniforms of any of the law enforcement agency in Nigeria, and you intend to clothe political thugs and criminals with these uniforms, apparel, or accoutrements of legitimate law enforcement agents, we are also coming after you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Is a continuing coverage of the Edo Governorship Election 2024 live on Channels Television. We are live for you right here in Agbado School in Akpakpava area of Benin City in Oredo local government area. And of course, Jide Ojo and Ezewawa has been my company on this stretch of our coverage this early morning. So far, it's been so good, isn't it? We're gradually moving towards the top of the hour, then the half hour when the process will begin. But what can you notice? I see that you took a moment during the break to move around, you and Jide. What did you notice?
I'm seeing a plethora of journalists from outside of the city. It seems that Abuja is empty in terms of your colleagues and that shows the enthusiasm. I call election a festival of the people. And what does that mean? We want this democracy sustained, consolidated. And every one of us is making little contribution and sacrifices. Because no matter what you say, as observers, as journalists, who will fly, who will come by road to observe this election and cover it, the sacrifice is not something you can quantify. And we're all doing this to see to it that the liberties, the freedom that our people, I just hope that those who eventually appropriate this democracy can use it for the betterment of the lives and well-being of the citizens of the country.
Jide, what did you notice from going around this polling unit?
If you look towards the back, the polling units that are going to be setting up here are already at work. They are pasting voters list on the wall. So when voters come, they check their name on the register that has already been pasted. I can say a couple of polling units are setting up, which is a good development. But the ones that should go out to another place, the vehicle is here to move. If you look towards my right, the two vehicles that have been hired to deploy to polling units are yet to leave this rack center, and that for me is a warning sign. I don't know why the delay. They should have been on their way to their polling units.
From what I see, we might be having up to 6 or 7 polling units right in this center.
Yeah, sure.
From what I see, I see about 3 on this side and almost 4 behind me. So we might find almost 7 polling units in this center. But guys, let's talk about the security deployment and what you can see, because security activities leading up to election or security deployment for an election is not only on the election day. It also see, of course, right there you can see for you, one of the vehicles conveying the material and the staff, well, it may not be in the best condition that one can imagine, but of course, well, they make do with one. And you can see, I just hope that the guy hanging by the door is totally safe to be able to get through this journey. And an official lapping on his laps, he has the bucket for the ballot papers there, and they're ready to roll out. They might not go too far. Right on the roof, of course, are the tables, the cubicles for casting ballots. I don't know why they have to roll back, but of course, that is what it looks like. If you are wondering what this exercise and the kind of thing that you get right on this kind of spot is this kind of situation where spontaneously you find the activities live for you, and it gives you a sense of what it looks like wherever you may be watching, either in Nigeria or overseas. This is the election coverage right here. But of course, I'm not the only one covering this election for you. I have my colleagues right in every senatorial district of this state covering for you. Let me take you to my colleague, Dare Edo, who is live for us in Ego, local government area. Dare, what can you see? What more do we know as far as this election is concerned? Dare Edo.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sheung. I'm at Ego local government, as you have mentioned, and this is Iraq. Right here, when we got here, the ad hoc officials were just setting up where they have all their materials, the sensitive and the non-sensitive materials, they have them packed. I think around, say, 7:30, they were ready to go. But at some point, an official told them that they could leave, but without the police at that point. But some party officials came around and insisted that there is no way they would move out of this center without being accompanied by the police. But I think that has been resolved now. The police are on ground and the vehicles are moving one after the other, which is going to happen. But let me also take you through what is okay. So would you like to talk to us? They are not fully on ground as such. Okay, so that's an INEC official who is trying to let us know that the police are not fully on ground because that is why you still have a lot of vehicles still waiting until they are fully on ground. That is where you see them moving. I don't know if you can move the camera around a little bit, and that is what you see now. Some of the officials are moving to their various polling units. Some of them are nearby. Some of them walked away from this center earlier because they could actually walk down to their various polling units. So this is what is actually happening here at these particular polling units. So they have about 8 polling units and they have everything set up already. So this is what 7. They say this is unit 9, unit 8, unit 6, and okay. So let me quickly talk to an official here who is trying to help me out with some details. So, what unit is this and what is this? Okay, this is what 7 units 10. So, are you guys ready? Once it's 8:30, do you think you can commence the poll? Sure, we can. So, do you have all your cubicles, all your materials, everything sorted, and the beavers? Everything is ready. Sorted as supposed. An official, an ad hoc official just told me now that they are ready on this side, and as soon as it is that time, 8:30, polls will open, and that is when they are ready to go as soon as people start approaching. But before people approach the desk, though, of course, it is procedural for them to come here first, check their names, if it's on the register before they start approaching the desk, Sheung.
Dare Edo live for us from Ego, local government area of Edo State. Thank you so much for your coverage. Of course, we will be seeing some other colleagues of mine that will be coming in your face as to give you update on what this election is all about. But that's ego for us. But what we can see here, there seems to be a delay in that vehicle that was going now. But you guys were making a commentary about the quality of the transportation.
Yeah,
earlier.
the vehicle is wicked, but I think what may have delayed their departure is the police security that should accompany them. You could see from when we went to Ego, the policemen just came around, but I'm not sure that car will, or that vehicle will take any one more person, given given the state of the vehicle itself. But I think, it's a conversation, isn't what? It's a conversation that be had over time. Can INEC afford to procure all the vehicles it needs? The point is, no. And you could just imagine the enormity of resources you need when you rely on third party. You were asking Professor Gamos yesterday night about whether the INEC has paid these transport unions, and she confirmed that 50% have been paid. But this is almost 5 minutes to 8 a.m. These vehicles that are meant to serve some polling.
Yes. We are going to be bringing you some situation report coming all the way from the ancient city of Benin. So far, so well. The election has been peaceful, and from the report so far, it all indicates that they are using beavers. They're using the accreditation machine, and they're also using beavers as well. And we hope and believe that at the end of the day, the election will go smoothly. The will of Edo people will ultimately prevail, and this will be good for the president Bola Tinubu, who bring himself to power. This will also be good for the image of the INEC if they can truly stand on their feet, that nobody should be allowed to ring this election. The election should be transmitted according to the INEC regulation on transmission. So at the end of the day, the Edo people will be able to see the outcome of the election without anyone tampering with the result. We had I got some information yesterday night that the governor of Edo State, Governor Godwin Obaseki, had some men set up in the Protige Hotel in Saple Road, where they were trying to, they were preparing to intercept or try to hijack the beavers during the transmission of the election result today. And that information, we are still trying to verify the authenticity. And immediately I got that report yesterday, I sent it to the Labour Party governorship candidate and sent it to other people so that they can as well verify it. Because we want the election to be free and fair. We don't want anybody to use the incumbent power. We don't want the president to use the federal might. We want the might to come from the Edo voters. We want the Edo people to be able to say, yes, we've done it. Edo is different, like I always tell people. Edo State is unique, it's different from every other state. And if anyone tried to manipulate or do anything funny today, whatever they see, they will bear it. And I also on this program want to use the opportunity to announce to our viewers and our followers all over the world that GCSDN, the Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria, which you all know over the past few years now that we've been doing our program, various activities and all that, that we are going to be blacklisting politicians from Nigeria. We are working on it. We're going to be working with all agencies across the world, the Interpol, the U.S. Secret Service, the European Intelligence Service. We are going to be working on this because if the Nigeria Immigration Service can come out and say they're going to blacklist Nigerians who lives in diaspora, who support their family in Nigeria because they were asking for good governance during the last protest. So we, as a coalition, also find it very worthy that we can also do the same thing to them. We can also blacklist all politicians, all election ringers in Nigeria. And this is an elephant task. I'll be very honest with you. This is a very big task that we are going to be taking on in spite of all the challenges and whatever may come thereafter, we are ready to take it on. So because we want a Nigeria that is free, we want a Nigeria that everybody, if you dream high, you can achieve your potentials. If you aim high, you can achieve your whatever you hope to get in life, whatever you hope to get out of Nigeria. You can live a better life. You don't have to leave Nigeria. People are migrating from Nigeria, coming to different parts of the world, seeking for refugee, asking for protection because of the failure of leadership. So we are going to take it. We are taking the fight to the Nigerian politicians. We are working on it seriously, and you're going to be hearing from the Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria very soon. We are going to set up a task force across the globe. We want Nigerians of all like mind. If you know any politician that steals money from Nigeria and that loot money from Nigeria and bring the money overseas, if you know their family, the school their children attend, we want to be getting all those information from every Nigerian. And those enablers, those Nigerians who reside in diaspora, who are also enabling these politicians to steal our patrimony, to steal our commonwealth, thereby sending our youth away to travel through the desert, travel through all sort of roads just to get to a different part of the world in search of greener pasture. So we are going to be taking this fight to these people. We mean it. We are not playing. We know they will try to use some Nigerians to get to us. Yes, we know that. We are very much aware of that, and we are also prepared for it. So because at the end of the day, all we want is a better Nigeria, where every Nigerian can go back home, those who choose to go back home, where every Nigerian, those who are back home, can stay back and help build Nigeria. The only way we can achieve this is for us to flush out these politicians, these ruthless, leaders in power, So we are going to be working on this. I just wanted to bring that information to you today, but you're going to be getting a press statement from the Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria regarding this elephant project, because we want to take the fight to the politicians now, especially those who ring election during election. And any governor, any past or present governor that rings election in Nigeria, we are coming after you as well. We are coming after you. We are coming after your family, your kids, wherever they live. The school they attend in Western world, we are going to go to that school and protest until their children is expelled from school, because the proceeds of corruption is what their children are using to school in the Western world. So we are coming after you. Be on the notice. Immigration Director Kemi Nadab, you also need to be very watchful of what you do to Nigerians who live in diaspora, because we'll come after everybody. We are going to make sure those people who are looting us dry will be blacklisted as well by the countries in the country where they bring those money to, those proceeds of corruptions to. So we are coming. Anyway, let's go to the topic for today. We are live streaming. My brother Chief MD is going to be anchoring this program today. I'm going to be zooming in and out. So I'm going to allow him to come and take it over from here. But before I do that, I'm going to show some live update coming out from Benin City. One of the videos from our dear brother, a man who fight for the less privileged in the society. Let me just quickly put that video in so you can hear.
Good day, sir. Ultimate call, sir. Yes, thank you. I think you just spoke to my Inoge. Yes, sir. I am, at Ovio Northeast precisely. I am a son of Utoka. I'm very proud to be an Utoka indigenous citizen. And my Inoge just told you that everything is peaceful here. We are Utoka people. We are Democrats, We allow people to express themselves freely. There has been no confusion here. People are voting, and we're also voting. And, let the best candidate emerge, We want Edo State to move forward. We are not here to hate anybody, but to love everybody. So it's not about campaign. The campaign is over, but it's about voting now. So I urge everybody to vote their conscience, to vote for the right candidate. So we cannot continue to blame the government when we don't exercise our civic right to vote for a candidate that we prefer, or so we either refer to as the preferred choice of candidates. So I want to thank the electors, I want to thank the law enforcement, I want to thank ENEC, I want to thank men and women, who have contributed immensely to see the day. I also want to thank God Almighty that we all live to see the day. That we hope that this election will be free and fair, there will be no chaos, there will be no death. of any member of any political party. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
I'm glad to have you.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir.
Yeah.
One second. Chief MD. MD.
Yes, so my brother, how far are you do?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you,
Hello,
my
can you hear?
wonderful brother.
Hello.
Today is another beautiful day. Edo is going to make it for 2027 or on a bad stage for 2027. Whoever wins this election today, that party will be the party to take over from the current party in 2027. Edo is the heartbeat of the nation. When the heart stops to breathe, the body will collapse. Edo is the place that you need to reckon with. It's an ancient city, one of the oldest cities in the world, and one of the
That's right.
last two kingdoms in the world after the British kingdom is the Benin kingdom. So our place is a very unique state, and our people know the carry last. You just saw the video coming out from. There's another video I would like to show before we continue.
You know, they carry last too. You know, they carry
that
last.
come sit there. See there. APC don't carry go passion come walk through. Oh, see there, see on, don't see on. Soldier don't catch them, see there, see on. See.
Your mic is mute. Your mic is mute.
See there. APC don't carry go come walk through. Soldier don't catch them, we don't catch them. Pump passion, come walk through APC. See there. See them all. Now this one I want to win. See one of them. That they also. Now one of them soldier also. See them. See them all. So soldier they drag out they go. See the motor will take bigger. See. We don't catch them. See. We don't catch them. Yes. End of the road. Now this one I go. Now feel redirection. Now go. I want to do election. They start.
My mic was muted because of the video. When the video is on, the mic goes automatically muted. There's one more video as well from the PDP also.
Yes, the gun that is with you. Who gave you the gun? Who is he? Who's the butcherman? Okay, where were you arrested?
After the school.
After the school. What were you doing at the school?
I was going
with who? Okay, who owns this gun? Fide. You are a member of PDP?
Yes.
And you are also a member of VGN? Vigilante?
You know, the irony of the whole thing is that most of this talk, what they don't understand is whatever they are doing today will also affect them tomorrow. Because whoever they're trying to manipulate the result or the election on their behalf, if they win and they didn't do all the promise they made to the Edo people, they will, everybody, including the talk and their family, they will also feel the pain. They will feel the pain.
Yeah, they will also suffer the pain.
And just like I've showed this video now, the whole international community will see him. If GCSDN wants to take this further, this very guy will get the information, make sure somebody like this will never travel out of Nigeria. No embassy will give him visa because it's a terrorist. Because we classify political talk as terrorists in this organization. Political talk are terrorists. There's no difference between terrorists and political talk. What do? They keep people. They are very, very violent. So they are political talk. You know. So like I said, we are coming after all these people, the election riggers, politicians. We're going to make sure we're going to be working with the Interpol. To be honest with you, We're going to be working with the UN department in the United Nations against corruption. We're going to be working with those departments to ensure that our politicians are brought to book, because this cannot continue. We need a free, fair society that every Nigerians can achieve their aims and their potential in life. You don't need to jackpot from Nigeria to come to Western world to seek for asylum to get a better life. What you are coming here to do, you can do the same thing in Nigeria. If the country was put in the right place, if things were working the way it ought to be. Most Nigerians who traveled to the Western world in the 70s, they already returned back home because Nigeria was far better than the Western world. Nigerians were treated with royalty. They were accorded that due respect. But today, when you own Nigerian passport, it's worthless. It's like piece of amala and bado. Anyway, let you take it from there, my dear brother Chief MD. The program is yours now, Chief MD.
Right. Thank you very much.
Chief
Really
MD.
appreciate that.
Yeah, take it over. The program is yours.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I said take it over. The program is yours, bro.
Yes. Thank you very much. Let me just close my side door 1 minute. As we speak, I just want to first of all make it very clear. I hope everybody can hear me. I want to first of all make it very clear that election is not a do or die effect. So all those Edo light, please let's share this YouTube channel across every platform, my platform and everything. Please send the link. Let me send it to my media people for them to share it everywhere as well. I'm going to be here for as long as it takes, and we're just going to be going in and out. Election is not a do or die affair. As we Senator Monday, Western Akpata, and all these aspirants, they are friends. They are all friends. After this election, they will meet and dine together. Many of their children are even abroad. Even most likely that most of these politicians you are seeing, with what we are seeing, many of their children are even marrying each other. If you go to the north, they even marry their first cousins. So you kill yourself for one politician to enter, and they give you 10,000. Whereas the politician will work with billions and billions of naira of the state money. It's a stupid thing. The biggest known thug in Nigeria so far, at least in the southwest politics, is MC Oluomo. In wife and children in America, they live in large. Whereas he's carrying gun, killing, and they all, I won't say it's killing because I have no evidence. They are all thuggery with his team. 90% of these people he uses for his political thuggery, their lifespan is very short. Their children are destitute, the ones that have been killed today. MC Oluomo children is not in the country. You can even talk about the president. Everybody knows his association with MC Oluomo and thuggery. However, his children is in Aso Rock today, living large. So I want to appeal to all Edo-lights, the young, most especially the young men. Don't be fooled. I swear, Ighodalo and Senator Monday are not enemies. They will, after this election, they go sit down, chop and the yam and ogbono together. Same with Akpata and everybody else. And they are going to be fine, win or lose. They might feel a little bit, say they feel somehow a little bit. Say they're not win, the one will lose, but they will go on. As a matter of fact, they go compensate one another, one way or the other. Now, where you go carry gun, where police shoot, where you go, they do this thing, now you will end up being the loser. So I want each and every one of you to just, take a deep breath. This is not the end of the world. Election will come and go, but your life worth more. So don't join them in this madness of electioneering and killing and shooting and all those stuff. So I want you to share the YouTube link across, come to the page, text, give us a call or messages. I'll read the messages out, and then we will talk. So I said, do election progress. Let's have more conversation. I'm going to try, see if we can bring in some more people, if possible, to the live stream, and see how we can go about it. So, ladies, gentlemen, let's take it easy. The world is not going to handle if our candidate no win. It's not going to end if our candidate win. So all added together is all good. So just not the end of the world. We are not going to lose our life for this. So please, ladies and gentlemen, I'm appealing. Tell your brothers, your sisters, your sons, your daughters, not to join them in this madness of what is going on in Edo State. Please don't join them in this madness. Come, let's talk, let's discuss. And as we progress, we see what's going on. We get engaged with one another and we do the political thing in an intellectual way. That is the way me at Asia. So how's everybody doing? How's Edo State doing? Edo State will not burn. Those who think that if they not win, the state will burn down are lie. They will not burn down. Nothing will burn down. Nothing will burn down. We'll be fine. Nothing will happen. We'll be okay. Edo State will rise and continue to rise. Edo State is risen, but we continue to rise. So for me, it's okay. So how is everyone this morning? I've not seen anybody come online yet. I want to invite you guys to online and let's talk. Let's see what's going on. Let's talk. Let's enjoy this. Today is a very glorious day to have a wonderful discussion. Gideon, I can see your post online that it says vote PDP. That's good. Just vote whoever your conscience prick you to vote for. So let's do that. Not in any other way apart from just voting our conscience. Please, no violence, no fighting. Let everybody come join. Track Media, my brother Jimo, thank you for joining me. I would like to invite you to the live streaming for us to talk. If you are interested, please come join me in the live streaming. And Jimo, the Track Media, is a very tough PDP man. So it's a cool brother. Actually, I'm going to send him a direct invitation to come join me. So how are you, brother? I hope everything is okay. As they do election. We're doing well.
Chief MD. Chief MD, your network is breaking. Just a quick update.
Right, where are we?
There's been a low turnout. There's a low turnout across the Edo South. That's the report. There's a low turnout of voters, and combined with there's a heavy rain, heavy downpour as we speak. There's rain, so people are trying to take shelter for those who are out to cast their vote. And I believe the reason for this low turnout today is probably because people lost hope during the last election, the 2023 election, that saw Asiwaju as the president of Nigeria. So there's a low turnout, and we hope this low turnout is not going to affect the outcome of this election. Chief MD, I think you're having network problem. Anyway, let me just, we'll take a quick break and we'll come back.
Hello investors, I'm super excited to welcome you to Emperor's Garden and Apartments. Come along with me, let me show you what we have here.
Gaftes Consults Limited presents Emperor Gardens and Apartment Phase 1 Muwe Ibafu, 10 million naira per plot. Emperor Garden and Apartment Phase 2 Muwe Ibafu, 1.5 million naira per plot. Buy for 1.2 million per plot at promo price using the promo code Emperor Garden and Apartment Phase 2 Muwe Ibafu. A strategic strategically located in a developed residential area where industrial and commercial activities are at top gear. Details of the estate and apartment features and landmarks include underground electricity, smooth road network, interlock, outstanding electricity and drainage, gardens and recreation center, constant electricity and street light, perimeter fencing and gated environment. Apartment features are advanced security system, central water system, central sewage, advanced lighting network, POPN walls, recreation center, sports center, located at Mowe Ibafu with registered survey and C of O in view. Actual price is 1.5 million naira per plot. Buy an acre that is 6 plots for 7.2 million naira instead of 9 million naira. Size is 500 square meters with a topography of 100% dry land. Other areas are Emmanuel Crest View, 1.2 million naira per plot with 500 square meters size. Buy an acre of 6 plots for 5.4 million naira at 900,000 naira per plot instead of 7.2 million naira. Emmanuel Crest View is in the neighborhood of International Brewery, Olam Oil, Nestle PLC, Redemption Camp. Call or WhatsApp on +234 805 222 1392. Use the promo code to get the deal. A&N 2024.
Contact any of our realtors today and you'll thank me later.
Best, who got them best no man contest.
Yes, we are back on situation report. We just had a report from Unit 12, Ward 1 at Unit 12, Ward 1 at Long Palace Road, Ute Community by Upper Extension in Aduwawa. There are no security present, so there's room for manipulation. There's room for manipulation in that very ward. And I think the military and police needs to go over there before one party or the other begin to manipulate their way to power. So the IG said they were prepared for this election, so I don't know why there's no security present at Unit 12, Ward 1 at Long Palace Road, Ute Community by Extension, Mission Road, Aduwawa. No security present. Yes, so we are here for you today. Let's see what's going on our other channel. Let's see.
Whose materials are here will most likely start late. And that's where it starts. You know, it's a roller coaster that we don't wish to happen in an environment where there is no issue with road, where there is no, it's not raining yet, so the weather is clear. One should have thought that this kind of challenge, we will have overcome it by now.
Ezenwa was not going to give that vehicle a clearance to go on the road, considering the state of it. But the University of Benin students, that's the transportation, I guess, goes on their campus.
Every vehicle in Benin is that is what do they call it? It's a franchise. It's a franchise that the students give out to transport owners.
I think we just had someone that just joined us on the studio now. Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, everybody.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. And you?
Yeah, great. Good to see you. I think MD is probably having a connection network. I think he should be doing moment. Yeah, he's back again now. He's back again, yeah.
Okay.
MD, what's wrong with your internet connection today? What's wrong with your internet connection, Chief MD?
The internet, I don't know. It just keep logging me out, and I'm inviting other people to come join with my phone. So in case you have some people logging in from the back, this is to be part of the live show. I'm also sending a YouTube channel out. So because people are texting me out, I got some friends like Dr. Dion, Dr. Legend, some APC, PDP supporters, and whatnot. I wanted to even invite the Labour Party youth leader, who is my personal friend. I spoke to him yesterday.
Kennedy.
You can send him the invite. Let me send it to him. Now, my guy.
Send it to him.
Come.
I mean, all we want is a free and fair election. We don't care. I have my own preferred candidate. You have yours. I'm sure my brother also have his. But all we want is a free and fair election that will.
Me and my brother will have the same candidate. Don't worry.
That's what we want.
By the way, Honorable Jimo is a dangerous man. No, don't mind this man. Now, dangerous man. My brother. They say I know him. So Jimo is a dangerous man.
Dangerously good.
Dangerously good.
Yeah.
Amazingly proud of.
Thank you, Chief.
Amazingly proud of. No two ways.
At all.
No 2 ways. And that's my man. So no worry. How you did? How you see the candidate doing? Start with your candidate.
Well, I think needless to even talk about how he's doing, because we can see how they are trying to muzzle up the election, suppress the votes. I believe in a free and fair election, and I believe that the INEC will do the right thing, and the security agencies, so that at the end of the day,
I agree with you. I believe this election will be fair.
From the report that I have in my ward, I'm from Ward 4 in Ikobaoka, which is just Aduawa. Yeah. There are no materials at Urora village. Meanwhile, there are voting materials at Esako. How possible is that? If anybody can please.
It's very simple. It's the road network. That is it. It's the road network.
They drive past a village that is just 5 minutes away from INEC office. Don't have materials.
That is the road net. That is Nigeria for us. You know.
all the bus spots at Ekpoma and whatever, the buses are able to fly that road. Then a stone throw. You see, I think Nigeria, it is time for us, like I've always said, this election shouldn't be about party. The election should be about, the soul of our state. For that simple reason, we need to stand up sometimes, forget about party supremacy, stand up for what is right, at least for once. We cannot build a better Edo without building a better political party. Because at the end of the day, it's the political party structures that brings up a good candidate that can build Edo. So when we sit in our various homes and begin to think about building Edo, I want a better Edo, but you are not looking for a better political party structure, then you don't really want a better Edo, because the political party must be built so we can build Edo. That's the way I see it.
Agreed, and we must break the backbone of political godfathers in Edo State, regardless of the party. We cannot allow one man to be saying that this person may be governor, now that person may be commissioner, now that person may be secretary. Now, we cannot allow that in Edo State.
My brother, if you see the calls I'm getting during the primaries, I've always told people, during the primaries, most of the people shouting this thing today, none of them was supporting this candidate. I just don't want to mention names, maybe because of, though I'm not scared to do that. When I did my video, I warned our leader, Oshomole. I told him, let the best man emerge. The best candidate should emerge. He started reporting my videos to my principal at that time. And I said, oh, well, if this is what you guys want to do, I've never collected a dime from anybody. So therefore, I can speak. I don't need contrast from you. So why can't I tell you what you are doing is wrong? I joined the political party so that we can restructure that party and get a better candidate. If you are playing the politics whereby the capable people are being screened out of the race, then you can't have me to deal on party supremacy. I won't be a party to that, because the interest of the state is more than the interest of my party. The party can collapse tomorrow, but I don't remain. That's the way I see
it. How many parties don't come, don't go? How many leaders have come up? From the great likes of Anini to the wonderful former governor Bruce Lee and many more. They've come and gone.
Correct.
It's what you do. The legacy you put down, either good or bad, will speak for itself. You are not going to be around forever to defend yourself.
Very well. Very well.
And today, Jakonde was in office for about maximum 3.5 years.
Okay.
What Jakonde did in Lagos.
Exactly.
No governor till date have done it.
Yes.
He built hospitals. He built roads. He built
a lot.
The education, even if we forget everything, education, let's just take one.
Exactly.
The massive mass education program he did. He immediately moved a lot of people out of poverty. Many of the people who are political leaders today enjoy from it. Even though if they did not, their children did. I'm a product of Jakonde era. Primary, secondary school. Back in the days, you go see the commissioner picking, the rich man children, the poor person children, the pepper seller together in a class. They all go to the same school.
Yes.
Now we are so segregated. Now we're even building gated community. They're saying our estate. It's the truth. Before, there's nothing like that.
That's true. There's
nothing like that. It's only back in the days when I go, you see a mansion worth 100 million. Next to that mansion, you'll see face me, I face you room.
Right.
And everybody will live happily together. You'll see the children of the face you, face me room and that mansion, they play.
Exactly.
They go come and play, go each other's house. You're not going to know the difference.
In fact, the only way we can solve this thing is by, when you see some of our elites, those that are really capable, they are not interested in the in politics. The question is, how do we have a better society? Because those in the political world are the ones controlling. So there is no way that you can effect changes in the state or in the country generally when you are not part of the system. You can make a change from outside. And the worst of all is that these leaders are, trying to kind of put the good people outside the political system so they can have their way. But at what point are we going to stand up to these leaders? At what point? So I always say that the politicians themselves, they have 70% blame, while we, the citizens, we have 70%. We've got the vote. Why don't we stand up to these leaders and say, look, you can't impose. Somebody will be telling you, but Tinubu brought this. Go and look at people that Tinubu brought. They are people with capacity. These are people that you want to emulate. Then, fast forward, look at what Osomola is doing. Look at what he's doing. You cannot support somebody with capacity. And you are telling us to stand on party supremacy. Who does that? Who does that? Not with me. I refuse to adhere to party supremacy when the party is not doing the right thing. I won't be a part of that. We, the citizens, must stand up to these leaders. We must stand. They don't have the votes. We have the votes. The leaders are maybe about 15 of them sitting in one room and deciding the fate of over 4 million Edo people. It just can't work.
Right.
It can't
work. I agree. Listen, me, I'm a core Labour Party person. Right. That's the same reason why I'm not supporting Labour. Because we cannot call ourselves a party of integrity, value. You understand? Yes. And then we conduct a primary that is so corrupt. It corrupts us, even corruption say, you be my guy.
Right.
And then we cannot choose a candidate that defies every sensibility and sentiment. Exactly. The very thing that made obedient, that gave birth the obedient today. You cannot then go against all that and now say party supremacy.
Exactly.
You cannot go against the very thing, the integrity, the value that you say you stand for, and now call party supremacy that, no, you have to fall in line to join what you know is wrong because of party supremacy.
Yes.
No. And that is what us in all, most especially in this Edo election, and most of us in Nigeria, and most especially of us in the diaspora. This is what we need to start preaching back. Forget party supremacy. Forget saying you be APC, PDP. Follow a candidate. If we can begin to do that, we will have more independent candidates rising from smaller parties. Peter Obi have proven it. Peter Obi have done it. He has made it clear that if you stand on principle and integrity, you can make a difference.
Right.
And that's the point. And when we have more people do that, the established party will start waking up to reality. Atiku has been running since the foundation of Nigeria to be president. Right. He's now still aligning himself to still run again.
Exactly.
You know, I don't understand. This guy, he never thief rich. I mean, he never, where did he live or what? Exactly. So it's not running because of principle. It's not running because he has something he want to do. It's running because he just won the title. Just like Buhari. Buhari just want to be a president. He has no agenda he's pursuing. He had no goal he's trying to achieve.
You know what? In that Buhari's
you understand?
case,
that is the problem. And if you look at this Edo election, I'm not going to mention.
Right.
Hello.
I think you have some network challenge.
Now, I don't know. I'm using direct broadband and it's very good.
Okay.
So it's BT. So BT has the best in UK. So I don't know what's happening.
Right. Yeah, you're back now.
Connect straight. My broadband is connected straight to my computer. Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Yes.
So the issue that Buhari's case.
Go ahead.
Yeah. That Buhari's case. What happened was that we felt that the corruption at that time was really, really massive. Then we now said, okay, what do we do? You know, the days of Buhari, we used to respect him, and we thought that he could fight corruption because of that war against discipline. One singular reason why many people supported Buhari was because of the corruption. We now said, if the issue of corruption is dealt with in the country, every other thing will fall in place. But when he came, behold, it was like, in fact, Jonathan's government, they became a saint. So, yeah, we now learned our lesson. Yeah, we learned our lesson and felt that, okay, from now on, let us go back and look at people that have achieved. When Tinubu came, we felt that, in the first place, Obi was a very nice man, but he doesn't have the right structures in place. These structures, you know, people always say, don't say that, because structure is we the people. Yes, but you, the people, must be at strategic places in politics.
That's right.
Because you can see that the people controlling Nigeria today, they are not up to 1,000, deciding the fate of over 200 million people. So you must have your people at strategic places for you to say you have structure. It is not just the people. It would have been the people if real democracy is actually practiced. But it's not. So if Peter Obi would have gone to any of these big parties, why are we talking about these big parties? Because they already have strategic people at strategic areas. You can't, you know, a structure that is built over 20 years ago, you can't come all of a sudden and begin to dismantle it. It has to take a strategic move to break down the structure that have been existing for over 20 years. So now we felt that Tinubu, what he did in Lagos, the people he even brought, one governor after the other, how they have performed, we felt, okay, let him take charge and see if he can do something. Well, I would say that this is just a year gone. Let's wait to the end of his tenure, 4 years, so we can actually see if he has fulfilled the dream or not. We know right now things are not okay. That's what everybody can see and feel. But 4 years is just around the corner. We now have a rethink of what to do next. They're coming back to Edo State. You see, we had about 29 aspirants in APC. 29. In this 29, we have professors. What is so annoying today is that you will see those who have their kids abroad, schooling in one of the best universities, coming to tell us that is the most funny thing, that education doesn't matter. Okpebolo has come to expose most people, and I will tell you this. Most of their screenshots, most of their videos, we have them in the media. If any of these guys brings out any candidate, it's not going to fly. Because they've told us that education doesn't matter. They've told us that antecedent doesn't matter. They've told us that we should just support because we belong to the political party. But their kids are abroad studying in the best universities in the world. How come? They think that, look, they must understand that those are too sophisticated to be touched up and down. We are waiting for them. We have 29 aspirants. We have professors. We have those in the economic team. We have those who are lawyers. Those, you can see their citizens, what they have done in the past. All of a sudden, they brought out this man and they are telling us, they are jumping behind his back and telling us, this is the man. For God's sake, when you go on your, everybody has a computer. Go to your internet now and Google the subweb company or whatever. Go and Google it. Just go and Google it. There's nothing there. There's just nothing there. There is no antecedent. There is no work experience. There's nothing. Look, for me, I don't care how the people decide or how much they rig the election. But at the end of the day, I want to raise up my head up high and say to myself, yes, I did the right thing. So I don't care what other people say about me, that I didn't support my party. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, if you cannot, how can you muzzle out people like Prince Clemagba? You muzzle out people like Pastor Sage Sayamu. You muzzle out people like Osumbo. You muzzle out a lot of qualified people. You are telling me to queue behind it. The question is, during the primaries, who among them on the podium today supported the Okpebolo? Who among them? No one. The question is why? Why didn't you people support him in the primary? Why? Because I think their guess is as good as mine. The reason why they didn't. So all of a sudden, because of your personal interest, you can't get it. The other one said, no, if I can't get it, let's give it to a neutral person. Even giving it to a neutral person. Professor Osumbo, in his 1 year and 2 or 3 months, I don't know, that he was governor in Edo State, he did a lot. He did a lot. Their citizens did. If they had brought out Osumbo, I can tell you that many of the people today working elsewhere will remain and say, look, let's fight it. But you can't cajole us now. You can't just go and bring somebody from nowhere and tell us that this is the man we should queue behind. When nobody, the only person that was supporting him was Tenebe, the interim chairman of APC. And the reason why he did that was because he felt that if the governorship goes to Edo South, they must zone the chairmanship to North. And if the governorship comes from, if the governorship candidate comes from the North, they must zone it, the chairmanship, to the South. So he was the only one supporting the aspirants from Edo Central. He was the only one, in fairness to him. All other ones, all of a sudden, look, we are really angry, and I can tell you that majority of the APC people, especially those in the diaspora, are not supporting APC. We are not. The diaspora is behind Aswa Godalo. We are behind him. And if not, if they know they have a good candidate, why going to arrest opposition? Why going to, why that? Why that? That is to say they know that they don't have the votes. They don't have the numbers. If you have the numbers, then you don't need to be looking for federal mites. I'm an APC. I know what's going on. But it's wrong. We can't do that. We just can't do that. To bring other people down because we are not able to put our house in order, to bring a capable candidate. A candidate who cannot even come out to tell the people his manifesto. Look, I spoke to Okpebolo myself 3 times. I spoke to him 3 times. And I told my principal, look, I can't work for this man. I cannot. In all honesty, he's a very nice man. Okpebolo is a very nice man. But look, a nice man alone does not make policies. Okpebolo cannot formulate a policy. I'm telling you. I spoke to him. Look, if he's governor tomorrow, he shouldn't call me. I am not taking any contract. I'm not contesting. I just want to make sure that Edo State stands shoulder above every other state. That's my goal. That's my goal, my brother.
Yeah. You see, I have a similar opportunity to an extent to speak with Senator Monday, and I'll come out with a different view. I'm not an APC person. I'm a Labour person. I will remain Labour Party person, regardless the internal conflict we're having right now. In any party, sometimes stuff like this happen. I'm not leaving Labour. We will fight it out. We will cross this bridge together. But this is my take from speaking to Senator Money, because I also spoke to Aswe, and I also know Akpata tangibly not very well.
Yeah, you told me.
And I
you told me you spoke to Aswe. Yeah.
Yeah, but my conclusion from having this meeting with these people, by the way, Augustine Edo Gayi is saying Nigeria has been captured by criminals led by Tinubu. That's a topic for a different day. We'll come back to that. My own outtake, because you were speaking, he was saying that my own outtake of talking to these 3 candidates was what I was looking for.
Yes.
Now, I'm not trying to judge them based on my own intellectual capacity or their intellectual capacity, because we cannot match. Right. They might be 100% higher, and they might be not even 100%, even more exposed and everything. Fine.
Right.
What I was looking for was somebody with empathy, somebody with emotional intelligence and reason why. I don't want somebody that can tell me the problem of Nigeria or Edo State. We all can see them. We know there is bad road. We know there is bad education. We know there is bad health. There's economic downturn, all those things. I also want somebody that will give me a solution or an idea of a solution, not from 1 + 1 is 2. If we do this, we raise more revenue or that. That is just an intellectual BS that anybody with an ounce of education can regurgitate. I want to know where your compassion, your heart, your reason why you believe you should do this or why. I'll give you the good example. When I spoke, I'm not going to talk about anybody. I'll just say about Senator. When I spoke to him, and I was asking his view about education, public health, economic rural development, he said, listen, he doesn't know all these much things, but this is how he feels in his world. He said, in terms of public health, the only sister he had died because the river beside where they are then growing up in the village, she went and fetched water from the river. That river now have typhoid, whatever. She drank out of that water, fall sick. There was no hospital, clinic anywhere to take her to, and she died. So probably caught malaria. And then she died. So for him, it's traveled, he's been to UK and America. I say in UK, they have these community clinics. What he wants to do, he don't know how. He will need intellectuals, of course. His idea is to build community clinic, partner with the state, all over the state, so that you don't have to travel far to get to big clinic. That is sponsored and run on the state that can build on the AIS insurance that Governor Obaseki stated. So for me, you can see the empathy and the emotional intelligence. He might not be able to articulate that in a public sphere. We spoke for almost 3 hours. I've spoken to him for more than 10 times. So he explained from the perspective of empathy. You can see the relationship of that policy to even him personally. That he didn't have a sister today. Look at him. He would have loved to have a sister to see everything he's doing. He didn't have that today. Then when we talk about education, he said at one point he has no opportunity to get education. He has to go and learn trade. Look at him in his late age. That's when he was able to go back to school. But if he had the opportunity to be able to attend good school, there was no even school around when he was growing up. So they have to go like almost 200 to 300 miles say I'm exaggerating now, very far to get to school. It's not economically viable. So you have to work at home, do farm work, live the village life. And then again, so if we can build good community school where people can be inspired, at least there is up to technical college. This is his word. Up to technical college. They don't need to go pay money to go learn trade. They can just learn it, and then they can be self-employed. So he talked about that. And its explanation might be local, but you can see the empathy and the connection to it. And when he explained it, that community school, community college, that what he wants to do more is community college, whereby people will not go university, where they can go and learn like how to do from tailor to mechanic and everything, be self-employed. He talked about rural life. He even said the village boy in his heart. I didn't know say at one point go retire back to the village. Him be farm boy, him be village boy. See, and the problem is in the village now, nobody wants to stay village. All the young men, either they want to go city or run come up for. Even himself left the village. But he has idea of economic plan where we say those village people, economic plan we want to do, go they support them. If not farming they want to, maybe the government or an agency partner will be buying all these things from them directly to the sell to the city outside, or and give them small loan. Where go they help them to do things and go on. That is his plan. Now, those things, Senator Monday may not be able to articulate it in a flourish, in a barrister way, where the way a barrister will talk. You understand? The way like Olumide we talk, or where as well all those highly so educated. But you can see the empathy behind it. You can see the humanity behind it. You can see the consensus reason behind it. So for me, the reason when me say I take follow and be that, it's not just telling me some beautiful, it's not those glossy magazine where you go see, where the picture go they fine, the girl go they fine, the man go they good, but it's just an empty shell. Or but if you see one rough and ready local newspaper, where we say even the paper itself, the typo, but when you read it, the content of what is happening around that local everything, you don't gossip finish. And that was what Senator Monday presented to me. Before I came out to endorse him, I spoke to him about 4 different times. And I see the humanity. I see the compassion. I hear it. And the empathy. But the only problem now with Senator Monday, another thing people didn't notice is Senator Monday also has status. He's a stutterer. You know those way when they take Kalulu a little bit. So you know those kind of people, they formulate words in their head. But when he reached to they're like 10 times ahead. He just jumble or different thing. His talking doesn't make sense. But if somebody a little bit patient and listen to the heart, that's what will be judged not just by our look, by the content of our heart. And I try to get to the content of his heart, the reason behind why he believes in this, why he's pursuing this. And I see the human compassion. I see the empathy, and I understand where it's coming from. Do you know people say, oh, now, way they do it won't be. The reason why Senator Monday, personally, before he get into politics or building borehole, this is his word, is because so that people not die needlessly fetching water from the river, just like the sister died. So people did not understand the correlation. Say, now borehole doesn't mean because you do borehole for people, that means you be a governor. No, it's not about the borehole. It's not about the borehole. It's about his compassion to avoid needless death by drinking river water or rainwater. And that's what most people think. Most especially in Eastern land, because you have terrible water system. So before he became a senator, even running for governor, he was spending his own personal money. I know personally drilled over 50 borehole in Eastern land. It's just even still doing it. Even still, there's a project now where he went to a village and they said if he be governor, he come back. He's done the project. And none of his media people is publicizing, neither is he talking about it. It's the local person in India, do video, Schwab. Senator Monday didn't mention it. His media people didn't publicize it. He's paid, giving them money to do the project. Finish it. So that is his art. That's it. What Edo people need right now. We don't try intelligent people. We don't try different people. We don't try Oshomole, very good, loud, mad person can talk. Oshomole, if you talk, carry your wife, go. You not go even know. You go still the clap. Say you don't say don't carry your wife and family go. However, it's the truth. If you hear Oshomole, they talk, but look at the outcome. It's questionable. However,
Yes.
what we need in Nigeria, most of Edo State, we don't need grammar people. We don't need. We need people who care. I'd rather have somebody we care. We know we be saying only Esa and Fit talk, Esa language, Bini language, or Esa language, or even a Yoruba as a, but make care. Than somebody we want to take grammar kill us. We don't do anything.
Let me disagree. Let me disagree at this junction.
Yeah.
You see, speaking simple and correct English, what you have been speaking since, is it grammar? Is it grammar?
Not everybody can express themselves, no matter how simple it is.
No, but this is not grammar. It's a simple and correct English. Even if it's not simple and correct. You see, the world now is moving at the speed of light. Building just constructing boreholes and doing some roads. It's not the major thing for a candidate to be campaigning with. Look, I am one of those who did a lot of videos against Obaseki. I am one of those. But my brother, if we sit and tell ourselves the truth, whether it's Oshomole or whoever, any country in the world that needs development must, as a matter of fact, build institutions. Institutions. If you look at what Obaseki has done, don't get me wrong, I'm not his fan, I'm not a PDP person, but in the next 10 years, we will live to remember and praise the man for the institutions he has come to put in place. Look, Okwewolo could be very good. Like I said, I spoke to him. He's a very nice person. But being a nice person is different from governance. Look, by the time you're a governor and your House of Assembly presents a bill to you and you can't understand it, what happens? You want to build healthcare centers. You need a policy to drive it. You need a civil servant to drive all the policies of government. You live in UK, I live in Germany here. It is the civil servants that drive the policies of government. For that, Obaseki will be remembered for this in the next. In fact, building the institution is number one thing that we need to do. If you can't understand, if you can't formulate a policy or understand the policy, you are now waiting for somebody to translate, to explain. What if that person explains wrongly? What do? You don't just say as a governor, I want to build a borehole. You just start calling Ojo, go and build borehole. These are things that will go through the House of Assembly. They might even change some of the things there. When you come back, even if the bill is passed, how do you have the civil servants that will drive that policy? How do you? So I think Obaseki didn't come to do one Ojuku Street and the rest, so that will be clapping. He came to build the institutions that other governors can build upon. That's what he did. We don't even need to mention. We don't need to mention. It's not my person, but I will not fail as an Edo man to give him praises where he really deserves it. We have a power plant. We have a refinery. In fact, when you look at what the man has done, even the Edo best, let us not begin to talk about, oh, this school doesn't have, they don't have chair, they don't have this. Is it not somebody who told us that he came with a red roof revolution? If he has done the red roof revolution everywhere, then Obaseki would have been building, would have been buying chairs. So if we are still calling on him that there is a building there that is not good, it means Oshomole didn't actually do that work that we thought he did. The Edo best is a concept. It is a policy that will drive education. Even if maybe there are not enough teachers now, like they claim, oh, fine. The next person should put teachers there. But the Edo best, the concept, it takes a high brain to begin to come up with such a concept. For you to conceptualize such a policy, then you must be somebody with idea. These are the directions we need to move to. Not, I told him to, not issue, campaigning with, my sister drank water. And this. No, I understand that. My brother, that is not governance. Governance is very, very different. Being a nice man, he is. But that one will not fetch us anything. Look, we have a state today that is paperless. My party was fighting against it. That is corruption. Why will you make Edo State? Look, Edo State is the only state today that is computerized. I remember one of the shows where Okpavelo went to one of my friends, Edo Network platform, and they said, come online. You need to speak to us online, on video. He said about a new phone. They have not installed YouTube. You install it now. He said the person that wants to come and do it. Look, my brother, in this world today, in the next 10, 20 years, computer would have been the basis. Would have been. We cannot overemphasize the importance of education as far as governance is concerned. We cannot. No matter how good our person can be, but if he doesn't have that intellectual ability to formulate a policy, to articulate, it is not just easy for you to say, if I'm governor, I'm going to take these people to work for me. What if these people are not towing your line? So what do you do at that point?
My dear brother, you see, I have video evidence that I can send to you if you need it. When I was in EBS, an interview in EBS in Edo State, where I personally, then still an aspirant, was mentioning all this thing you talk about Obaseki, the legacy of Obaseki. And I said it then, Obaseki will be remembered as one of the greatest, one of the best.
Thank you. He's not my friend, but I regret any video I did against that man. I regret
because it. I studied, when you want to apply for a job, you go study the job, you go study the antecedent of the present or past people. And then you go be able to judge what you are going to, how you even formulate going further. I have a team of about 10 people who did with me. We have a robust policy.
Right.
I'm an education and public health specialist. That's my field, number one.
Okay.
When I see Edo Best, like you said, Edo Best concept. Now people are company across Nigeria. Edo Best concept is still the best education reform in Nigeria, as far as I know. If Edo Best is not different from similar thing as Ofsted in this place, but there's some additional thing, or even the whole policy construct is designed around the educational aspect of UK with Ofsted attached to it to make Edo Best.
Correct.
The only downside of Edo Best is training. They need to embed in it. They need to embed training and inspection. Exactly. Not just the property inspection, also formulation of educational policy within Edo Best. But the blueprint, whoever governor with common sense come in.
Exactly.
They would have a foundation that will take them, they will turn Edo Best. I swear, even if Jesus Christ come, you won't go school in Edo State.
My brother.
I'm not saying I'm not PDP. And I'm not
I'm not PDP now. I'm not PDP, I'm APC.
That Edo Best alone is the biggest policy-wise revolution. The thing Obaseki also did not do. Federal government gave Obaseki money for Edo Best to execute Edo Best properly. Obaseki, that's another, and that's a fact. Obaseki did not put that money fully into Edo Best to execute it for reach the potential. But the foundation is there. For somebody who genuinely care about education, to build on, yes. There is insurance thing for civil servants. Nobody else have it. You do not pay more than 5% of your own due. And those are the kind of a thing for us to get free, get a public care insurance.
And most of them are not even keen into it.
Exactly. So it can expand it to general public as well. So you don't pay more than 5% of the income you can declare.
Exactly.
And it's only in Edo State. Only in Edo State that I don't know whether then they enforce it well. Oh, this is Obasaki doing. In Edo State, you cannot go to hospital and then they turn you down because you can't afford it.
Okay.
Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah.
You cannot. This is part of the AIS program. You cannot go to hospital in Edo State and then they turn you down because you can't afford it. Everywhere else they do it. Now the problem is Obasaki did not enforce it properly, but the policy is there.
Yeah, the policy is there.
It means any governor that come in now have something to build on.
Exactly.
There's a lot of economic foundation that Obasaki has laid. That the next governor, this is what I said in EBS when I was interviewing, also on ITV. I just want to do a quick update.
Yeah.
A quick update. What will they get from the election?
Okay.
And, Comrade Prince.
Yes. Let me give you the update. Update Aunchi so far is peaceful with every security present. Notice yesterday, but reduced today. Rainfall but stop after Isako West so far has no problem as everything is cool and calm. Edo Central is peaceful and calm with rain since morning around Ekboma. It has been reported that Tony Kabaka Adun is moving around with boys in a Camry 2012 modern and a gold color Sienna loaded with fake police carrying AK-47 double magazine. Some suspected hired thug might be using branded vehicle of National Union of Road Transport Workers and other such vehicle to operate at some of the key points. They've alerted the DSS as well. A color ash RAV4 may also be involved as well. Ogwola Ward 3 are also just starting. Voting process now underway. Peaceful environment. Some persons carrying their disguise as APC thug, they were said to be escorted by police, but later allowed to go. That's the update so far. I think hopefully at the end of the day, we should be able to get a very peaceful turnout and the will of the people will prevail at the end. That's what we pray for. We don't care who, but as long as there's peace, there's no violence, nobody snatching ballot box, nobody manipulating, nobody interfering with the transmission of the voters' election result, then it's all good. Because all we want for our state is somebody that can actually do the will of the people, not the will of the Godfather. That's not what we want. We are sick and tired of Godfathers. You know, that's where we are today as a people. You know, you live, you do your 8 years in office, you want somebody else to succeed you. They don't do that in the Western world where you guys live, where I live as well. Whoever win, that's it. Just let people, do their thing, and if they win, they will be able to, actually provide the dividends of democracy for the people. That's what we want, So because, like I stated earlier, this global coalition for security and democracy in Nigeria, we are going to be going after the politicians seriously. We are working behind the scene. We are going to be working with all the agencies across the world. We're trying to register now with the UN Anti-Corruption Agency so that we can start going after these politicians. They are looted, ill-gotten where they brought over to the Western world. We are going to go after them. We are going to go after their children. Wherever school they school, we are going to go there. We're going to stage a protest because they have been sponsored in school with the proceeds of corruption. That is why you see many Nigerians are, immigrating from Nigeria to the Western world to the selling their property, coming over here to seek for asylum. Because some of them, there was a case of a young man last time. He came here with 3 of his family. At the end, he couldn't survive living in one room. This is somebody who sold a mansion. He took his own life in Glasgow. So this is as a result of failed leadership. So we need to step up. Yes, this is an elephant task, like I said. It's an elephant project, but we are going to take it on. We are ready. We are willing. We are going to step on toes, whatever it takes. The immigration director last time was threatening Nigeria in diaspora. Who is she? Who is she? She's just a Nigerian citizen like you and I. She only occupied the office temporarily. It's not forever.
She's joking.
So we are going to be going after them. We get their name, get their information. They are enablers in the Western world. We're going to make sure they eat up to the European intelligence service. We are going to be going after these people. Seriously, we are not joking. This is going to be the first organization outside Nigeria organization registered in the United States that's going to go after these people.
Okay.
We don't care what it takes.
That's nice.
We are going to do it. So, including those election regarding those past and present governors, if you ring election, wait for us. Yes. If you ring election, wait for us. We'll get you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let me allow you guys to continue.
The problem is, who are we going to report them to in Nigeria? Now themselves.
Not in Nigeria. We're not reporting. We are blacklisting them in the Western, in the diaspora.
Hold on, Prince Kennedy, the Labour Party youth leader, is calling me. Hold on, let me see if we can. Hold on.
Okay.
Prince, my dear brother, you're on live streaming on the phone with me as well. I've got Prince Coin with me. You're on the phone live streaming. I'm putting you next to the mic. Yes. So what do you want? I say you're on live streaming with me on the mic as we speak.
Yeah, you can send him the invite. He can join you guys on the studio.
I'll send him the invite to join. Now, Prince, not my own, not my personal person. Prince, not my own flesh.
Anyway, we have some comment from viewers across the world.
Prince,
let's just quickly look at the
come
comments.
and join the live show. Let's talk. Come and join the live.
Precious. We have Precious Stone comedy.
Yeah, we're still on it.
We are here. Thank you, Precious, for being part of the program. Thank you.
So I'll send you the live streaming link. Just click and come join.
We have Austin Edogari. Nigeria is being captured by criminals led by Tinubu. Thank you, my brother. That's your opinion. We appreciate it. We have another one, Kelechi Jacob. Money to you, sir. Money to you, Kelechi, wherever you are. Thank you for being a part of the program. Let's see. I think I think that's it. That's the few comments we have for now. So the show must continue. So my brother MD, you have the floor again. Continue from there. I'll give you update as soon as I get more update from the security situation. I'm sorry.
Me and my foreign brother here, both diaspora brother.
Yeah, man. The debate. You support no say na haram, na taboo to begin join one political party for this platform. This platform.
You know what? This man come here around 3 o'clock. You know what? Around 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. This my brother called me. Say what? Me I not swear for top TV. Say, boy, reach swear. What do they do? What? You know, one person question your course. Even me too, I wake up, come they check my spirit from my hand. He jump into my hand and say, oh boy, if I say you don't mess up, you better call and explain yourself. I said the story touched my heart. 3 o'clock, we going to talk. Then I start with first of all thanking him. Say, I beg. Then I try to explain it. Say, I beg. This is my reason may not be justified. Me to yourself. I don't even at this point, the way you dare explain, I don't even agree with my reason anymore. But that was the reason I have. So just take it. You know.
The reason was that, I used to watch MD on Instagram, and I told my friends that look, there is a shining light that we need to follow. Let us see where his direction, so we can begin to queue. Because we are looking for somebody to queue behind, somebody that can help, to better the state. So each time we share your videos, we watch. And when I saw that, I said, no, wait. No, wait. No. I need to write something. That was what motivated me that morning. And it was nice that you replied. And, we spoke to each other. I saw where you're coming from and everything. So whenever we don't hold that against you at all, we have a lot of people who we, talked about you every time. And, Yeah. You see the update our brother just gave now.
Yes.
You ask yourself, the police said they deployed about 35,000 men. The chief of defense staff was there, right?
Yeah.
He said that they have, I don't know how many soldiers. Then you ask yourself, how did Kabaka have the opportunity to still be rolling around the state with a Sienna bus? In fact, that's a convoy and another car. You will ask yourself, is that the kind of place that we want to be? Imagine if these guys that are not even in government now, they are doing this. Just imagine for a second, if they win this election and they are back on the street. You think you and I can walk?
For where?
We can talk freely. This is one thing that we have kicked about in APC. Look, we have to do away with this Agberus and all those stuff. We cannot put them at the forefront of government. We can put them at the forefront of government. They have their role to play. They can go to the farm. They can go to the farm. We empower them. Every man should come from his position of strength. You cannot be an Agberu and want to control the state's resources. If Abaseki didn't do anything for Edo, for the fact that he has been able to harness the resources, to increase the IGRO, look, it takes a lot. And now, it is not like one person collecting money in the whole of Ring Road and putting in his pocket at the end of the day, paying 3 million to the state. Who does that? Who does that? So there are so many things that I personally will remember this governor for, Governor Baseki. He has never been my friend. I've done series of videos against him. Like I said, if I knew one of his problems is that his media was also sleeping. His media, they were not working. And he is not that kind of man that commissions so many things. He just let it slide. Because he knows that in future, we will remember him. So, like I said, if we go back to the update, I need somebody to explain to me how Kabaka got the power to move in a convoy and start to roam around the units and wards.
Well, that's a very good one, because between you and I don't know how that is even possible in this day and age. We have a known Agberu man with too much power. Then the police is weak. And that's what we have in Lagos State with NC Oluomo. Now, allegedly, they promoted him to national level. Basically what that means is the national thug of Nigeria. That's it. We have the police.
That's exactly what that means. It's going to be controlling all the Agberu from Abuja with special instructions.
And that's what it is, because we have the police. So what's the role of the police? In tax collection, we have the state revenue collectors. What do we need MC Oluomo for? So if MC Oluomo is providing security in a state, it means the whole security apparatus should be fired. That is what
you see, Chief MD. You see, that's why for me, I always say that at this point in time in Nigeria history, we need the military intervention, and the reason is that there's no sanity in Nigeria anymore. There's no sanity. Just look from the federal to the state to the local government. There's no sanity. The only way we can restore that sanity, the fear that people used to have in the 80s, in the early 90s, is to bring these people back. When soldiers flog you koboko, those soldiers of those days, I don't know about the soldier of today. When they flog you koboko, they make you do frog jump. You swim for inside a potopoto way this side of the road. Your sense go factory reset. So we need that. We need people who go put fear, instill fear for our people body again. And the only people who go fit do that thing for Nigeria, na military. Civilian cannot do it. They don't have that. They don't have that power. Now only military. They go reset the country put the country on the path of
I
progress.
agree to an
Then
extent.
give the so-called Democrat. Give the so-called Democrat or Republican, whatever they call themselves, or associate with. Say, this is what the way we want this country to move forward.
No.
Because if Nigeria continue on this same path today, my brother, this generation good. What about the generation where they come after these ones? This generation will be say Pekin of 17, 16. He will come back home with brand new latest 50 million naira car. If Papa not go ask and wait for see the money. Is that the kind of society we want to live for our children? How did the 16 years old, 17 years old be able to afford a 15 million naira car? I remember vividly when we grew up. There's this big church very close to my family house. The pastor, the two pastors, they be same brother, same father, same mother. The oldest pastor, the senior son, are my very good friend. That guy, we don't know say that guy go to steal offering money for. Now he gets a spare key to the safe of the church. He go steal offering money. He go buy bicycle one day carry come my place. I know the beating where my parents give me. Where I foresee bicycle. New one, you go buy for bag. How much be bicycle? It be 100 naira, be 50, 150 naira. Brand new one. I know beating where I collect. For even allowing that guy to bring that bicycle, come put for my house. How many parents can they do that today? Tell me. How many parents? We go fit beat their children because of say they in possession of what they're not supposed to get. So my brother, there's no two ways about it. There's no need for us to the bend mouth go one side say no. For me, the only way we'll take is set Nigeria as a nation, not military, nothing else. Anything short of that is better. Maybe Nigeria just they go the way they go. Then at a point in time, they just separate the country. Though this organization GCSDN not believe in dividing Nigeria, we believe in the unity of Nigeria. In one indivisible Nigeria, that's our belief.
No,
but this is my own opinion.
I agree with you to an extent about the military thing coming back. But let's just not forget, the military, they are not politicians. And they cannot reset a political, cultural issues we have. And secondly, Buhari has damaged the military. He has tribalized the military. What Buhari did in 8 years, it will take us another 35 years to reset it. He resigned a lot of generals or middle generals who are from the south, southeast, or the south in general. And he brought back a lot of the old retired generals from the north, most especially from Hausa Fulani, back into the army. Then he promotes young or inexperienced northern ones into a top general position. And then he also recruited a lot of so-called repented terrorists, Boko Haram, into the army. So in the army now, we have a lot of so-called repentant Boko Haram people in the army, in the military, who are now who have an Islamic agenda. So that is just a no-no. So we don't need that. What we need is a consensus politician to reset the country. Is it Malaysia? Is it Malaysia or Philippines? One of the country. It's a civilian. Even came back to the government. It's somebody who cares with compassionate heart. We need a leader. If you have a military person who is not a leader, who is also self-absorbed, self-interested, self-motivated, they will be worse than the politician. At least with the politician, you can challenge them. With the military, you can. You just can't. And that is the danger of it. But if in comparison, we've chosen, let me say somebody like me who's a labor person now. If comparison, Peter Obi have won. Even though if we have all the challenges Peter Obi may have, like Tinubu is having in the first state, you will see where he's driving us to. Tinubu is not telling us where he's driving us to. Tinubu is just telling us this is the situation and we have to make sacrifice. But what are we sacrificing for? What are we sacrificing for? If you tell us we're sacrificing for the next 2 years, 3 years, for this, for that, then people will be willing to sacrifice with you. If you say, well, the era of subsidy is gone, and that is it, we just have to accept it. Right, the era of subsidy is done, but why? Why? You're not saying no more subsidy because in the next 1 year, we're opening 10-5 refinery in Nigeria. So every oil consumed in Nigeria must be refined and distributed in Nigeria before abroad. None of that. None of that. Tinubu have bought APC, more or less. He's bought APC, he's bought upstream and mainstream Ajib oil. He owns it personally. And all the NNPC, I mean to say, NNPC now, Petrosi, has been turned to Ondo oil. To what benefit? We just need a conscientious politician, leader. I won't say politician, leader, to get in the position of leadership. Somebody with conscience. Look at what is happening in Abia State. Before the election, I was in Abia State. After the inauguration, 3 months later, I went to Abia State. Within the space of 3 to 6 months, what OT have achieved in Abia State, within a year, OT and Tinubu came into power at the same time. Go and check Abia State. It's like night and day. Within 1 year, what OT have done, he has reformed ministry, road that have been paid 100 times over. It's completing it. It's not even starting it. I mean, roadway they never start. You don't complete them within 6 months. He cannot understand why it's taking too long. Because he's a caring, compassionate person. He built a new, all the one where before, all the commissioners, the governor was paying them to live and rent a private house. That actually the house that belongs to them, government were paying them to live in it. OG said no. He built a new estate, commissioner estate for them. You are there, after your time, you leave. So another commissioner come, take over. You have your own private house, your private business. And that's what he's doing. And that's what we need. All that I've been to the estates viewing for the commissioners. It's less than a year. They finished it. That's a leader we need. We don't need a military leader in Nigeria. Our prince is. We don't need a military leader in Nigeria. We need a consensus politician. I'm happy to give Tinubu a chance. Sorry, 1 minute. I'm happy to give Tinubu a chance if Tinubu is driving us towards somewhere. But right now, nobody knows. It's asking us to sacrifice, but it's not telling us what we're sacrificing for. Why are we sacrificing? What are we sacrificing for? When will this sacrifice stop? When will this sacrifice stop? When is it going to end? So for me, with all benefit of doubt, it's time we start calling Tinubu's BS and the APC BS at the federal level. Removing subsidy is not the bad thing. But we have oil. Why is the price of oil so expensive in Nigeria? Why is it so high? Why are we pricing the oil we produce in Nigeria in dollars? Why are we pricing it in dollars? Yes, international market. We are not obliged. We're not obliged. We have no obligation to hold on to any international market rules that does not favor us. Why? I would sell it in Nigeria. Look at Russia. Russia that is in war. Their oil is cheaper in Russia. The energy bill is cheaper. Why are we increasing student school fees in Nigeria when we have a high level? Oh man, Nigeria is just wicked. And 1 minute. Hello. Hello, bro. Yes. Yes. Yeah, my dear brother. Yeah, as I was eulogizing my pain, what we want to do, we want to conclude this section. And please, I want you back at 6 for us to carry on and discuss and see how we can progress this further. Please, any last word to Edo people and the election and what is going on before we conclude to reconvene at 6 o'clock?
Yes, I will advise our people to go out en masse and vote and defend their vote. Don't be intimidated. Vote for the candidate of your choice. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I also want to reiterate that. And please, by 6 o'clock, we are coming back. My dear brother Jimo, who harassed me at 3 o'clock a.m. in the morning to challenge me and make me even reconsider my life and my life option and decision. I hope you will be back to join us because I love you, brother. You are the only person on planet Earth that I know, even all the time from my primary to this point, from my even involvement, that made me reconsider and explain myself clearly to the point, even give at 3 o'clock at night for that matter, self. So I really appreciate and I love you dearly for that.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. Bye.
My brother Jimo, why you go to call MD for 3 o'clock in the morning?
Now what I see MD put for this thing now, because I not expect MD of all people to put that thing. Now I said no, that's not a dream. I want to know. I wrote it from my heart, that passion. Because this is the person I follow.
Yeah.
I love the way he does his things and I always follow him. So when I saw that thing, I was like, no, be sure that he's the one that put that thing there.
Just to be sure. Don't be say that. Maybe may not be like say the hack account.
Exactly. May not be say at the dream.
Before God and man, Senator Monday MPC not give me 1 penny.
MD, you never tell me the truth. How much they drop on your account in Nigeria? How much more they drop on your account?
One shishi. I suppose
they're not giving her anything, oh. They're not giving her anything. I know why he vests. He don't explain himself. I know why.
They're not giving one. And the good thing is, I have opportunity this week through a third party to be giving 20 million. Now, me even tell the person not collect. Let our integrity of supporting him, because tomorrow, if we start criticizing him, he not go tell us, say, shut up, I not give on our money. If he win tomorrow now, because I'm a Labour person, I'm not living Labour. If he win, doesn't mean I'm not going to go against him next election. Right. If there's a better candidate for Labour.
You know one thing where I like, for me, I don't believe to collect money from any politician. Because you know why? Because I be somebody, if you mess up tomorrow, I will bring you come public. I will talk with you.
You know,
I will bring you come public. I will talk with you. If I collect money from you, I know if you do that kind of thing.
Of course, even
because you can't send the receipt where you give me the money for social media. See money where I send, give this guy where they talk. So
as I challenge Senator Monday and any APC person, because I hear rumors say then give me 10 million or then give this. One shishi, I challenge anybody where get the receipt, where they say they give me or they send somebody may give me, may produce them.
I know what the next when we come back 6 o'clock, I go bring Bible, I go bring Quran. So that we will put Monday for phone. We will put you for phone. Both of us swear Quran, swear Bible.
Carry your book on first, not be only Bible and Quran. I love Senator Monday with the pureness of my heart. And that's
I know that. You love the story behind the guy. I know that. I know because the way they talk about the guy, I understand that because of the history, the way the guy, the orphanage, the way they grew up and all that, which you kind of align with. So I understand, and I know deeply say he not give you any money. I know that one. You
definitely.
Because if he give you money, I don't receive my alert as well.
You don't
receive. I don't receive my alert.
I also myself I don't get to.
Yeah, you don't get. I don't get. But I have opportunity this week to get something. I turn it down. I said, no. They offered me to be
honestly, it has been a wonderful show, a program for today. We are going to reconvene, like my brother said, 6 p.m. We are going to come back with more update and the latest result. As the result, the coalition sent result from the coalition center, all that happened throughout the day. We are going to get that information. We are going to bring it back to you here.
Okay. Although I'm going to have a lot of guests at that time, but I will try to join.
Hello, I'm super excited to welcome you to Emperor's Garden and Apartments. Come along with me. Let me show you what we have here.
Gaftes Consult Limited presents Emperor Gardens and Apartment Phase 1, Mowe Ibafu. 10 million naira per plot. Emperor Garden and Apartment Phase 2, Mowe Ibafu. 1.5 million naira per plot. Buy for 1.2 million per plot at promo price using the promo code Road, Emperor Garden and Apartment Phase 2 Mowe Ibafu is strategically located in a developed residential area where industrial and commercial activities are at top gear. Details of the estate and apartment features and landmarks include underground electricity, smooth road network, interlock, outstanding electricity and drainage, gardens and recreation center, constant electricity and street light, perimeter fencing and gated environment. Apartment features are advanced security system, central water system, central sewage, advanced lighting network, POPN walls, recreation center, sports center, located at Mowe Ibafu with registered survey and C of O in view. Actual price is 1.5 million naira per plot. Buy an acre that is 6 plots for 7.2 million naira instead of 9 million naira. Size is 500 square meters with a topography of 100% dry land. Other areas are Emmanuel Crest View, 1.2 million naira per plot with 500 square meters size. Buy an acre of 6 plots for 5.4 million naira at 900,000 naira per plot instead of 7.2 million naira. Emmanuel Crest View is in the neighborhood of International Brewery, Olam Oil, Nestle PLC, Redemption Camp. Call or WhatsApp on +234 805 222 1392. Use the promo code to get the deal. A&N 2024.
Contact any of our realtors today and you'll thank me later.
Best. Who got them? There's no